Welcome back to Johnny Kincaid Podcast. Now, before you start laughing, got a lot to cover today. Now, my plan was to talk about the Olympics, which I'm going to do. And I had some trivia questions, but I can't remember where I put them. We're going to talk about Olympics in a second. Going to do my Olympic dreams, and then followed up by part 2 of the interview I did with Jeff, growing up in a small town. Now, showing up on your screen, or should be about now if I did this right, is the star of the recent Tokyo Olympics, Caleb Dressel. It's a Dresser or Dressel? I think it's Caleb Dressel. Maybe I should have looked that up. Anyway, Dresser sounds weird. But Caleb Dressel, I think it's his name. What do we have in common, me and him? Absolutely nothing. Say it again. Absolutely nothing. But I'm like you. Growing up, I had dreams. They all folded up. But anyway, I had dreams. So now, I'm going to show you Johnny's Olympic dreams. And then we'll be back with the Jeff Show. So enjoy this part. See you soon. Yes, it all started when my mom got a job as a secretary for the Red Cross. And back in them days, and even today, I guess, the Red Cross was in charge of swimming lessons. So that's 5 kids. I was the baby and had, well, I wasn't a baby, but the baby of the family and 4 older sisters. So we had to take swimming lessons. There's my mom giving some lemonade to my dad. I know it ain't lemonade, and you know it too. But anyway, she was very kind to everybody. And anyway, we all had to take swimming lessons. If any of you took that, remember you go about 9 o'clock in the morning. If it's freezing stinking cold, you hate to even jump in. There's penguins on the side saying, oh no, I ain't going in. Too cold for them even. But anyway, we were stuck doing that. Here's a picture of us. I'm the one in front practicing my swimming strokes. And the other ones are waving to somebody. I don't know. They made us do stuff. But that's my 4 older sisters. And I'm the little one. Look like a future champion, don't I? Yeah, right. So anyway, funny story. Back then, my mom knitted everything. We didn't have a ton of money. But anyway, she knitted the girls' bathing suits. And I guess the story is, which I don't remember it, they about drowned because the suits weighed so much. The suits weighed so much that it took them under. But anyway, I'm pretty sure that was an accident. Now, I'll have to tell you my personal story live because I'm running out of pictures. I do have some pictures, but I'm not sure how to do this. So, I'm going to come on live here in a little bit. Hey, here I am live. Here I don't need the glasses. Hey, that's exciting story so far, isn't it? Anyway, going back a little bit, my mom dreamed of me being a lifeguard, and of course that didn't quite work out. But every summer we would go up to a lake and got some pictures of me. There I am on the dock. They're trying to get me jump in. The uncle's waiting in the water, and my dad's probably pushing me. You know, they got some kind of plan. But I'm saying, ain't no way you can make me go in. Now, the next picture shows me in the water, hanging on for dear life. Look like a real Olympic champion coming up, right? Not really. Anyway, that's the way that worked out. But it's funny because I should have been a little bit leery because next day my dad was out in the water, which you never see him in the water back in them days, and he had like a stick or something measuring the depth of the water or something. I didn't think nothing of it. Then day after that, you know, he come up next to me and held the stick up to me and said, yeah, that'll be good enough. I'm thinking, wait a minute. I didn't think of it till years later. I thought, was he up to something? Maybe not. Anyway, I did, this is before swimming lessons started. Back then they just threw you in, and if you survived, you kept going. But my mom did teach me one stroke before the swimming lessons that she made kind of famous. You know, now you got this dolphin kick and all this fancy stuff. Back then, she taught me a survival move called the doggy paddle. I was going to show a video of that, but that's too much work trying to figure out how to put a video on this thing, you know. So I'm not sure if I'm recording. Yeah, I think I am. Okay, anyway. So doggy paddle, kind of go, you do like a dog, right? So we're out there doggy paddling all over the lake, you know, and dogs swim by. They're kind of laughing at you, you know. But we used to make fun of my mom back in with that doggy paddle, and I'll tell you what, that'll keep you going though. But anyway, oh, another story I wanted to tell you, back up. They sent me to church camp. It's somewhere, I was a little bit older than what the photos was there, me on the dock. But sent me to church camp, and that was an exciting time for me. I was kind of runt, you know, I was a little skinny kid, a little behind, you know. I'm still behind. But we slept in teepees. Boy, that wasn't too hot in the summertime, but it was. And they said, they give us something, a booklet or something, I forget exactly what it was. And they said, don't lose this, because if you lose it, there'll be a penalty. So anyway, the guy I was staying with, I didn't know, turned out to be a jerk. He stole my thing and hid it from me. So they come up, and we're in a big lodge, and there's over 100 people. They said, well, I got to sing in front of everybody because I lost my thing. Of course, I flat out refused. And turns out I got him back because I turned out to be pretty good in baseball. So all the guys there kind of liked me, and they shunned him. But the story I'm getting to, you know, my great swimming career that my mom was pushing on me. I remember swimming at the pool up there. They had a swimming pool, and I had a little trouble getting across the pool, and I was, you know, anyway, Lifeguard had to jump in and save me. Turned out to be a pretty girl, so the guy said, hey, you're lucky. I'm thinking, well, yeah, right, I did on purpose. Not really. But anyway, that went. But, well, I ain't got a whole lot. Anyway, turns out, you know, I got four sisters. One of my youngest sister turned out to be a great swimmer, and she actually became a lifeguard. Sadly, she passed away in 2010, and we miss her quite a bit. But she did become a lifeguard, and I still got three big sisters to take care of me, and my wife will vouch I need a lot of help. So this for my three sisters, and coming up, watch the third installment of Growing Up in a Small Town with Jeff, and I'll see you next week. This is Johnny. Have a great week.
High school baseball games in a gigantic field behind an elementary school.
We did.
Straightaway center field was probably 500
Oh,
feet.
it had to be.
And then it came into the corners. Right field was probably a pretty decent 300.
Yeah.
Left field was probably down the left field line, probably was 340 to 360.
Yeah.
Then it went straight out to that 500.
Oh, that was something.
And you know what? I don't think I ever remember anybody hitting a home run over the left field fence except for you.
Well,
Except if you look at the scorebook, it's going to say what?
yeah, well, it's going to say if the double. So let me tell you a story. Which story ends up better than what? It was in high school, our senior year, and we had a tough senior year. Jeff moved to Florida because his dad was ill. So there's only 2 or 3 of us that gave a crap, seniors. Anyway, we was playing, and this guy, the first time we played this team, I didn't play because I had mono. They call it the kissing disease. See, not smooth with the lady, but I must have got one of them to kiss me. Yeah, probably had to pay her a couple bucks. But anyway, that's another story. But anyway, I didn't play against this team when we played him down there. So came to town. This guy threw pretty hard. He's a pretty good fastball hitter. So I got up there and threw about a bell-high pitch. And I hit it, And I just stood and watched, because it was one of them ones, you know, which I don't
You just
have.
know. You know.
Yeah, you knew it was gone.
You knew.
You seen him on TV. Exactly. And if Ward left center, it wasn't right down line here.
Okay.
So, well, I knew it was gone in my head. I'm just, stay fair, you know. And so around the bases, everybody shook my hand and went over the bench. And
But
the umpire on the bases, who happened to be my preacher, you can't make this up.
he was your preacher.
Preacher, come on, preacher, man. I think maybe I missed a few too many Sundays that year, because he called me back, said it's a ground rule double.
Oh.
At the time, I was still excited about hitting a home run. I knew it was a home run, so I didn't cry or not. So I went back, and then after the game, there's the next coach out in left field. There's a merry-go-round.
The old football coach.
The old football coach out in merry-go-round. He said that ball hit out in Mill Road.
Wow.
So that ball hit out in Mill Road that was out there on top of it.
Now, the base umpire, your preacher, who made the call, where was he probably standing when he made the call? Was he still at first base?
Well, I think he's out second. Around second, I think. But the ball, that was way out. That had to be 380 probably. That hit. Which is a good side.
For our age, you know. 17-year-old.
So that was it. So anyway, later that year, when we were seniors, and at the church, I must have went that day, but he told that story. I'd like to apologize. To me, you know, I was a little embarrassed. But that was the coolest thing. He said, hey, I'm in.
Said during his sermon?
Well, when he recognized something, I want to tell you a story, and thought, because I was a little shy anyway. I thought, what's he going to do here? He ain't going to say, that was a good call or something. But that was nice of the guy to do that.
Yeah, it was nice.
So you got a story, you know, not like it in the record books. I'd seen one guy, and I mentioned his name, Jack Mackin, hit one out center field.
He did hit one.
This guy was...
He's the best athlete
awesome
ever saw.
I was like a little kid compared to him. I mean, that guy was
great player,
great athlete. He passed away not too long ago. Heck of an athlete, heck of a pitcher, heck of it. He could do anything. I seen a guy. He looked like Greg was Gaines doing flips off the board. Yeah, I jumped off, held my nose. I was afraid to go off that high board.
Oh,
that thing looked like an Empire State Building. You look at it now, probably jump up and touch it. But he did flips and all kinds of stuff. But he hit the farthest ball I ever seen in center field. And Tex, another guy would play, he hit one out left field. I mean, that's the only two I'd seen that with mine and his.
Yeah.
And then Jack Mackin hit that one in center field. And others, that's another dimension there.
You know what else we used to do that was fun? We used to have you talked about the movie theater downtown?
Yeah.
Of course, downtown, you know, we're not talking about metropolitan. But how about the drive-in theater?
Oh, yeah. We used to go there.
Out in the woods.
Yeah.
Out in the woods. It wasn't like you had to drive how many miles outside the city to get to the drive-in?
It was like a mile, wasn't that far?
Way out there. But you know, we didn't have a lot of money.
Walked out there.
We didn't have a lot of money.
No, we didn't have money.
So how you remember how we used to get in?
Well, I used to get in the trunk. I told a story in one show where a couple of girls picked us up, and me and somebody else, wasn't Jeff. And you can't make this up. I'll retell it because maybe you didn't watch every one of my shows. But you stop at cemetery, which I'm scared of now. Back then, we didn't care. And I'm not scared, but you know, they're creepy at night. We stopped at cemetery. Me and a guy was driving around. A couple of girls walking around town. Say, hey, you want to go driving? So our plan was, which wasn't a good plan, stop at cemetery. We'll get in the trunk.
Yeah.
I don't know if they paid. Surely they didn't pay our way in. We probably give them money. Who knows? So we got in the trunk, and then they went to drive thing, long story short. They parked by some other guys. They got talking to them. I'm stuck in the trunk. They wouldn't let us out. Can you imagine that now? I'm claustrophobic and have panic attacks.
Oh, that's awful.
Oh, I would have scratched my way out. I would have looked like one of the shows where you seen the guy scratching the way out. I didn't freak out back then, but man.
Wow.
Wish I remember who them was. I'd like to tell them off.
You know, I remember some girls that used to live beside your house.
Oh.
Remember when we took guitar lessons.
Yeah.
We took guitar lessons, learned how to play the guitar.
Yeah.
You played the notes.
Well, I tried to.
I played the chords.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what? Our audience, sometimes we take the guitars and go out in front of your house.
We would.
By the street.
And the busy street, too.
And we would
and
play
dress up.
as people. Oh, yeah.
We couldn't play. We like, like lip singing. We fake guitar sing. What they call air guitar. But we actually had guitars.
Who do we dress up as?
We looked like Blues Brothers. See, some of the stuff you see later on, we came up with 20 years before. We kind of look like Bonnie and Clyde, said just Clyde, old hats on.
Yep.
And waved to people going by.
Yeah.
I'm too cool to do it now, but we did it, and people probably thought, they ought to keep her kids
That was a busy
indoors.
street, too. It was one of the busiest streets
we were in high
in
school.
town.
Wonder why I couldn't get a date in high school now. I'm standing out by the street waving to people.
The Blues Brothers.
We
waved to people.
We had more fun doing that stuff.
And you had some girls living next door that were a little younger than us.
They thought we was rock stars.
They were enthralled with us.
And I was thinking, what's wrong with them? They would bang. He'd spend the night. That's back when guys had slumber parties.
Yeah.
We'd watch scary movie, whatever. But they would knock on windows and stuff.
Yeah.
Kind of creeped me out. So I think we chased him down and threw water at him, and that spurred him on even more.
Because your mom was sleeping upstairs, right? She was upstairs.
Oh, David was upstairs.
And we were downstairs.
We were downstairs. It's a big house.
Yeah.
We have
having a slumber party.
four sisters, whatever. I was the baby. And then what got me though, we kind of liked them paying attention to us because remember, the girl at school wasn't running after me, But they took some chalk and wrote some obscenities on the sidewalk in front of the house. And my mom, she never said one bad word in her whole life, probably. And I tried not saying anything around her. And they wrote some kind of obscenities. I forget what it was now. Quit spurring them on. We ain't spurring them on. We're sitting there watching TV. And there's a big loud window at 2 a.m. or something, it freaks you out.
Remember the movie used to be called Chiller
Theater.
It wouldn't start till what, 11?
Like 11, 12 o'clock or something. We'd stay up 2, 3 o'clock.
We'd have a pizza.
Oh, yeah.
Watch some Chiller Theater. And do you remember the night about 2 a.m. we're right in the middle of a big Frankenstein movie, and all of a sudden the front door, bang, bang, bang on the front door, which is right beside where we're sitting.
Yeah.
Remember who it was? One of Bunt's buddies.
That owned the store uptown?
Yeah.
No, we were sleeping on the front porch, weren't we?
I don't remember.
I thought we were sleeping on the front porch like a camp out, so we were too scared to lay on the grass. Some drunk guy stumbled up looking for my dad.
Okay, yeah.
That's what it was.
And he kept saying, he's a good Joe.
Yeah.
He's a good Joe.
We were sleeping on the porch. Couldn't get a girl dead, so I slept with Jeff. Well, not in the same sleeping bag, but, same porch. But he owned a local, we won't give his name.
The local
Long gone.
adult beverage place.
No. He owned office supplies.
Oh, he did?
Miller's office.
Oh, yeah, okay, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Anyway.
Nowadays it'd be called Home Depot or something, right?
Did we get a hold of my dad or something? He had to talk to him. We didn't know what to say to the guy.
Because he said, where's Bunt or
Yeah, my dad.
Bernard or?
For one thing, how drunk you got to be to stop and try to bring my dad up. I mean, to begin with.
I think he wanted probably a ride home or something, right? Or something.
But he lived right down the alley.
Oh, he did.
He lived like 2 minutes away from our house. Maybe, I don't know.
But I remember he kept saying, he's a good Joe.
But when you're drunk, you did, believe it or not, when I drank, I did some stupid stuff. I quit now, but I'd still do stupid stuff, according to my wife. But at least most of the time I remember what it is.
But you can't blame it on drinking now.
No. Just old age and senility, and I like getting in trouble weaseling myself out once in a while. That's
the end of today's show, and the last part of growing up in small town will be on the next show, so please tune in for that. Have a great week, And this is Johnny. See you later.
Tom, 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 lele, lulu, Miami. Tom, 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 lele.